Yo, what's up everybody? Akeem here, and in today's Fix of Entertainment news, the trailer for the upcoming Predator movie has some alien Easter eggs teasing another rematch between the extraterrestrial rivals. And if that sounds a little bit too scary for you, there's also a Toys R Us movie in the works. This is your Entertainment Fix. Presented by Universal Studios Hollywood and its new after-hours event, Universal Fan Fest Nights. All right, now we're getting a new Predator movie in Predator Badlands, and a lot of people online think there might be an alien crossover possibly happening in this film. Now, the first small sign of this is when Elle Fanning's character appears in the trailer. We see her eyes do a reboot sequence similar to what we saw the synthetic character Andy do in Alien Romulus. But wait, there's even more. The Weyland-Yutani logo even appears on her eyes, which doesn't necessarily suggest we'll see a xenomorph or two in the film, but does allude to Elle's character having ties to the alien universe. Now, Weyland-Yutani, as Alien fans know, is the mega corporation seen throughout the Alien franchise. Now, we also see the Weyland-Yutani logo on a damaged vehicle, so this particular Predator film will seemingly have some significant alien DNA strung throughout. Now, this has led many online to speculate that maybe we'll see the setup to an Alien vs. Predator 3 movie in the works, possibly. Now, as for the director of last year's Alien Romulus, Fede Alvarez, he's come out and said he'd be down to direct an AVP movie alongside Dan Trachtenberg. And there's a strong likelihood we'll see an Alien vs. Predator movie, but according to 20th Century Fox's president, it won't be in the way we might think. Quote, "That's the thing, not in the way that it will just be called Alien vs. Predator or anything like the original movies. If we do this, they'll be organically created out of these two franchises that we've continued with characters that we fall in love with, and those characters will combine, perhaps. But we haven't gotten to that point. And we're not just going to bang it out." Yeah, I hope you don't just bang it out. Never just bang out a movie, right? You gotta put some tender love and care in there when you're banging things out. Actually, hold on, let me stop talking. Anyways, maybe Predator Badlands could be the beginning of something major for both franchises, seeing these two iconic extraterrestrials duke it out once more on the silver screen. Now, Predator Badlands hits theaters this fall, and between now and then, there's also the animated anthology series Predator Killer of Killers, which premieres on Hulu on June 6th. And Alien Earth, the FX series being headed by Fargo and Legion showrunner Noah Hawley, which is slated for a summer release. So there's a possibility we'll see a xenomorph in the new Predator films, or maybe a Predator in the new Alien series. Now, we might even see one of those Will Smith aliens popping up and getting knocked down in Badlands.
Welcome to Earth.
Spotted by fans combing through the new trailer, we see an Independence Day reference where in a skull trophy room in the middle, there's a skull that bears a striking resemblance to a harvester seen in the 1996 sci-fi movie, also owned by 20th Century. So who knows if these aliens will show up on the Hunters list of the Predator when Badlands hits theaters November 7th. All right, in other news, look out for a live-action Toys R Us movie coming from Story Kitchen and the entertainment production wing of the acclaimed toy store. Now, co-founders of Story Kitchen had this to say, quote, "Toys R Us is a cultural touchstone that continues impacting the child in all of us today. As 80s kids who consider Toys R Us one of the most magical places on earth, we're honored to partner to create a film that will capture the spirit of adventure, creativity, and nostalgia that Toys R Us represents. Now, as for what we can expect from the very first Toys R Us film, hopefully the last, we don't need this, Toys R Us Studios president promises it'll evoke that electric sense of wonder that is in the very essence of Toys R Us, capturing the adventurous imagination that makes Toys R Us the primary destination for every single kid. But will it capture the crushing sense of loss that came when they filed for bankruptcy and closed all their stores? Who knows? I don't know. But the movie's actually been described to be along the lines of Night at the Museum with Jumanji and Big as mentioned as narrative and thematic inspirations. Now, the project is in early development as preliminary discussions are being had with filmmakers, so more on this as it develops. Honestly, with the amount of opportunities for product placement, it'll probably pay for itself. And that was your fix of entertainment news for today. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank you so much for watching. Now that you're caught up on today's news, please check out our previous episode. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.